Here is William. When he was young, he always liked to build with Lego blocks. That is why, as an adult, he made a career out of it and became a mason. At work, his task is to conduct the brickwork of external walls of clients' houses. He must very often use scaffolding with his team to lay the bricks at height. However, his employer is very clear about this. He must be able to distinguish the different existing types of scaffolding, know the risks related to their assembly and use, and apply good work practices. For him, the safety of his employees is the #1 priority. On a cool fall day, William goes to his employer's warehouse to borrow scaffolding that will help him accomplish the job. He notices that there are several types, for different situations. For example, metal frame scaffolding, ring lock scaffolding, bracket scaffolding, tube and clamp scaffolding, tower and platform scaffolding, suspended scaffolding, and shoring scaffolding. Each type has its own characteristics and rules of use. Standard metal frame scaffolding, for example, is the most widely used in residential, commercial, and industrial sectors. It is easy to assemble, and is used to create a solid and safe work floor. However, open metal frame scaffolding is much stronger, and for this reason it is often used by masons. William therefore chooses his scaffolding, and goes with his team to a client's new house to lay the bricks. Once on the site, William inspects his work environment and finds risks associated with the use of his scaffolding. The risks are numerous and must be considered seriously. Since he does not want to injure his body due to the efforts required to assemble the scaffolding, he applies good handling methods. He must be alert to the dangers of collapse or overturning. He verifies if the ground is stable, and if the weather conditions are good for climbing. If there are power lines near the scaffolding, he must take action to ensure the safety of his entire team. When assembling or using the scaffolding, there is a risk of falling from height. William must therefore install guardrails to prevent falls and use a safety harness. He also makes sure that no material or debris falls on the ground during assembly and disassembly, or that unsecured objects fall on a worker's head at a lower level. After following the manufacturer's recommendations to assemble the scaffolding, after being supervised by a qualified person during the assembly, and after following the regulations in effect before climbing, William then remembers that he needs to verify the weather conditions before using the scaffolding. The weather conditions are good, he is finally ready to start laying the bricks. Upon arrival at his employer, William plans an inspection of the scaffolding with a qualified person, because not only should it be completed every 3 months, but also after an equipment failure, any abnormal effort, or before returning to service after a prolonged interruption of work. Another workday ends for William and his team. He is happy to return home with no injuries and grateful to have been well trained in the use of this equipment. He is already looking forward to his next masonry job. To learn more about this topic, please consult our e-learning platform and catalog, as well as our training and professional services in risk management.